Hello SCP Site Roleplay community, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. I bring forward devlog 27, the Infiltration update. So, as you can see, I am here in the Intel Operations area in the new ISD team. I got my fit. ISD has a full gray tactical uniform, vest, knee pads, holsters, and then eventually we're gonna add backpack attachments and you're gonna be able to put your mags and everything else. So it's kind of a bit of a slight reskin of like an MTF team. We're going with a more tactical approach for ISD rather than going the more formal route that we went with IA. ISD is a blended team, so it can handle administration tasks and combat tasks. So as far as gameplay loop is concerned, ISD is considered a combative team. ISD can also participate in the recontainment of SCPs as well. So down here, we're gonna examine our toolbar. So this is one of the new guns we've added in the game, the UG-A2. This is the default weapon for the Internal Security Department. Got new reload animations for it, custom sounds, good recoil, good damage. All of the guns have been readjusted slightly so that everything is a little more balanced and a little more free-flowing. And I got Glock as my sidearm, and we're gonna move on to one of the new features, the tablet. Eventually, most upper Game Pass level teams, IA, ISD, O5, and site directors will have their own tablet. As of right now, the tablet is currently limited to the Intelligence Agency and the Internal Security Department. Depending on what team you're on, the tablet will have different uses and different functions. So in the ISD tablet, we have the detector and turret menu. So for detectors, I will show how those work. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pop over to our test subject. I am going to grab a detector. So this is the detector, this gray and red object. Now, when you're holding the detector, you can place it on any non-mesh part. So for example, that includes stuff like walls, anything that isn't a mesh, so basic parts. So you're not going to be able to throw it on stuff like concrete barriers because these are meshes. Can't put it directly on doors either, those are also meshes, etc. So as you can see, got a green outline that'll tell you that you can place. Red outline means you can't place, and it will scan in the direction the light is going. So for example, as you see here, if I were to put it on the wall here, it will scan to the right, and if I were to put it here, it will scan to the left. So I'm going to just set this right here. So click and place. Now you've got a motion detector placed. So basically how these motion detectors work is that when people pass through them, ISD is going to be able to tell. So see that I passed through it. It said that detector 1 was triggered by Internal Security Department 24 seconds ago. And when Upesu here passed through it, it said detector 1 was triggered by Scientific Department 10 seconds ago. See? It highlights the respective color based on if it's an enemy or a friendly team. Friendlies pop up as blue, enemies pop up as red. You don't get specific information on who is passing through the detector, you only get a team. This works for all teams in the game, including Chaos, SCP, Class D, and all Foundation teams. Detectors can be destroyed with a crowbar as well. You are allowed to place down 4. So I can go in here, and I can place down another one. I could go over here and place another one, and then I could go over here and place another one. So you see, I have placed the maximum. I'm clicking, but I can no longer place any more detectors. And Pesu over here is attacking the detector with a crowbar. There you go, and it's disabled now, so the light on the detector has gone off. It is no longer reporting people who pass through it. And as far as the whole team is concerned, all ISD agents can see the pings from all motion detectors. So if there's another ISD agent and they place down a detector, you are also going to be able to see the highlights from that ISD agent's detector. So it encourages teamwork and team play as well, which is something that we've been trying to focus on a lot more lately. That is the detectors, and now we are going to demonstrate the rogue personnel system that we have made. So what Cramball here is going to do is he is going to go into Connex. He is a level 3 security department, and he is not authorized to go into Connex. So as you can see here in the tablet, Cramball has passed over the red line. He is gonna go pass over the red line again. So when he passes over this red line, there is supposed to be a visual indicator on his body to show that he is a rogue personnel in Con X, the same way that you get highlighted like this when you pass through a detector. It's just not currently functioning the way it's supposed to, so I apologize for that. But everything else here is working, so when somebody of a low rank enters into an area they're not supposed to be, so as of right now, the only areas that really applies to are low levels in Con X when they pass through the scanner, and low levels and non-Game Pass team members crossing purple lines in containment cells. So at this point, he is able to be shot by ISD. As you can see, I can shoot him and hurt him. So Upesu is going to shoot Cramball now. You can see, no damage. So during this first state of rogue personnel, before you have used these two buttons here, only ISD can damage. But if I were to go over here and I were to press the mark for termination button, he is now listed as a traitor. And now Upesu and anybody else on any other Foundation team is able to shoot him. Open up the tab again. He's still listed here as a rogue personnel. He hasn't died yet. And also trigger location currently says unknown, but when that's fully worked out, it'll say that he was triggered the Con X detector. So I can remove the mark now. You can see he is back to being just a normal rogue personnel. You can still shoot him, still hurt him, but Upesu can shoot him. No damage. And then the other option here is the End Investigation button. You click this button, removes him from the list of rogue personnel. He can no longer be shot. So with this new system, what we've allowed to do is that in certain circumstances, you know, during tests, you might want to let lower levels into certain areas to help you do things. And with this system, it allows you to bring lower levels in to do specific tasks inside of containment chambers and inside of Con X. So you can clear them, they can pass through, it gives more options for roleplay. You know, you can interrogate them, ask them what they're doing, and then at that point you can decide whether or not you want to mark them for termination or if you want to let them do their own thing. The system cannot be abused in any way because very specific requirements have to be met for the user to trigger the state. And assuming there are multiple rogue personnel at a time, you just click through them using the arrow keys here. It'll display one of, right now it says one of one, but if there was another rogue personnel, it would say one of two, one of three, one of four, blah, 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 etc. You also have your detector button here. So this is where you will be able to see all of your detectors and the detectors of other internal security department members. So you just click through it using this bar here. As you can see, all of my detectors are currently up. Obviously, it'll say Detector 1, Detector 2, Detector 3, Detector 4, but right now it's just Detector 1 for all of them. It'll tell you when your last detection was. So it says 4 minutes ago. You got your log, obviously, bottom right still. You can scroll up and down so you can see all the detections. We have another fun button here, the turret button. So you can enter the turret interface. So what this allows you to do is similar to the camera system. This allows you to manually control the anti-personnel turrets over the site. So this is the turret in the new nuke room. You just hold right click, you're on PC, and you can move around. You got a crosshair, you can look all the way down, you can look all the way up, you can look to the sides, and you just click to shoot. Very simple, the white bar here is your ammo. You can't sit here and shoot forever, obviously. Then you can use the turret control button here to sort through all the turrets. This is the armory turret. This is coolant B turret. The new turret in Con 2. There we go, we killed him, he's dead, easy. The turret outside of armory. The medical turret. And then coolant A turret. And then back to warhead turret. And then you just press the exit button, you exit out of the tablet. You can press the power button to close it too. You still want to hold it up, but not be in the interface. And also, a nice little detail, it says property of your username on the back of the tablet as well. And that's the whole gist of ISD. So ISD's main job is obviously to be present to eliminate low levels in areas they're not supposed to be in, and cooperate with other teams to recontain SCPs and to eliminate hostiles. As far as IA's tablet is concerned, they do not get access to the turrets or detectors. Instead, the IA's tablet lets them access the cameras. So it fits their duty as intelligence. And then if you click this statistical icon in the right on your motion sensors, it will list all of your detectors that you have up. It will tell you if they are disabled or if they are active and how many total detections as well. And when you die, so I'm gonna reset. Respawn in the ISD armory. As you can see, we are going to look at the motion sensors 0 to 4. So when you die, all of your sensors are removed, they get destroyed. That is part of the balance for ISD, is that you have to go through the trouble of going to specific places to place your detectors. So it's really a matter of time and effort on your part as an ISD agent. If you want to put detectors in really good spots, specific areas where hostiles are traveling through often, you die, you're gonna have to go back and do it again. So that's how we balance out the usage of the detectors. ISD as a team, they get no inherent like perk bonuses, not like MTF do. So ISD's main advantage is their tools. That's the only advantage they get. They don't get boosted stamina, they don't get boosted speed, nothing like that. ISD is more suited for engaging hostiles and assisting instead of being main recontainment units, but you are still completely able to go through and recontain SCPs on your own. It's just going to be a little harder for you. While I'm here in the ADZ, I am just going to do a quick showcase of the new spawn area for ISD and IA. So this is an existing door, and obviously there's a camera in-game currently that lets you see into this area, but I'll do a physical tour regardless. So you got this little kind of buffer area here in the middle. You can sit and chill, have fun here. And then investigations, this is the ISD spawn room. So we got a little upper area up here. Just some desks, some plants, nothing out of the ordinary. So we got little offices down here. Then you got your spawn armory area over here. Very similar to the RRT and MTF spawn rooms, as you can see. So this is the new intelligence agency spawn area. You can see everything here is kind of centered around surveillance. So you've got big CCTV screens. You got nice comfy chairs, monitors. Come down here, you got these cubicles where IA agents would be doing all of their office work. Got an alarm panel over here as well. Nice cool main panels with more CCTV. And we got the cool big main monitor up here. This is all just decoration for the most part. A couple of these things do have some use. In the registry here, on-duty personnel, this will give you a list of every FP that's currently on site. So as you can see, it says total 2. You look in the top right, there is 1 me on internal security. Upesu here is on scientific, and then Visk and Cramball here are on chaos. So they're not counted because they are not Foundation personnel. Some couple of pictures here. These are static images. These are not live recordings. Sadly, live recordings take up a bit too much performance, just not worth it. So we got a couple pictures here. This is the exterior of the site. It is inaccessible, obviously. The zone gate for the lore where personnel would go to sleep and do all of their recreational tasks when they're not working. You got part of the mod room up here, the logistics tunnel. You got the logistics bay. You can see all the way up there. You got a little more of the exterior, more of the logistics tunnel, and then very, very outside of the site, as you can see. So we scraped together some stuff from our old exterior update to do all that. I think it looks very nice. Up here on the left, we have the SCP monitoring. So this is gonna be a small way for us to potentially tease new SCPs that'll be coming into the game. So you can see SCP-682 up there. It says he's missing. That's a bit of lore there for everybody. SCP-999 up there, you know, he's contained because he is held on site. We got a couple other SCPs here that say they're in transit just for decoration, and then an alarm log as well. And the radio as well, as you can see these alerts that are popping up. We have adjusted the size of the radio text. A couple people were complaining that was a bit too small, so we figured we'd scale it up a little bit, let people see things a little easier. I have switched to the IA team here, as you can see. We spawn here in the new Intel operations area. You just kind of spawn right up here on the top deck. I'm going to show off the IA tablet that I talked about previously while I was on ISD. So their tablet, like I said before, gives them the access to use cameras remotely. You can click here on the camera button. That lets you enter the camera interface. So it's basically just a portable camera system. It's the same as if you were using a normal CCTV block, but it lets you use them remotely anywhere you want in the site. So everything here is labeled based on what area the cameras are in. So as you see here for ConX, these are all of the ConX cameras here. The ConX Transit Corridor 2, 017 containment, ConX lift, etc., etc. You just click on them. You can still control them. Okay, so here I am in the armory. I have switched over to security department. As we walk over there, it looks to the new build area. I'm going to show off. We have done a couple major performance improvements to the game that I should list off right now. So we've done a ton of model and lighting optimization. We have also found some critical performance errors as well. I'm going to hop on the tram real quick. Go through the tram. So going through the tram takes you over to this secondary area. You just come through here. So performance in-game should be up for all users. This includes server performance and client performance. We expect almost all users to have boosted FPS, and the server should be lagging a lot less. Loading time should be higher for majority, if not all users. So this is the new exterior zone. We've added just a little decoration area, nothing really to do out here specifically, but it adds to the lore of the site. This is the airstrip that VIP personnel use to fly into the site. So O5s, site directors, high-ranking intelligence agency members, you know, high-ranking department members as well. So they would fly in to the site here on these big cargo planes. Got a big radio tower here, multiple planes, some forklifts, some cars. You can see the hangar doors here. And then obviously the bad exterior stuff here you don't want to touch, otherwise you will get compressed into another fabric of reality, and that's not very fun. You got a couple Scranton reality anchors up there as well for the lore. Got a couple new lore documents that you guys can read through as well when you come up here. And then a little just decorational security booth here as well. We have also done some, along with the performance improvements, as a side effect, the tram has become a lot more fundamentally stable. So there should be less instances of people lagging out of the tram and getting deposited onto the bottom of the tram track. The tram itself has also been, the path has been shortened slightly, so the tram takes a little less time, 10 seconds or so less time to do a full loop. So here we are, the tram has arrived. We're gonna hop on. Here we go. So we are just gonna take a little ride on the tram, and then we're gonna wait till we get to ConX. So we're off the tram. We have arrived here at the ConX checkpoint. This is the new checkpoint that we have built for this update. So as you can see, the whole checkpoint has been completely redone from top to bottom. We've also got new maps as well, and ConX specific map as well that we'll see when we go through. So this new checkpoint is very simple. If you were to come in from Containment 2, you just come into the ConX checkpoint like this. You have a rest area on the left. Class D, move here through the middle. So you got your contraband disposal, your lines, everything here is all set up, your scanners. Class D pass through here, and then personnel come through here on the right. You come through here, this is where you would present your ID card. Got your med center, here's the ConX map that we have made. And then you come here through the left. You got another booth on the left here. So you can use gate controls from both sides. Same with the scanners. We've also upsized the text on the boards because a lot of people were complaining that it was too small to read, so we obliged and we upped the text scaling on everything on the broadcast boards. The armory from the lower X lift has been moved up here to the checkpoint. You can see. And there are no more doors or SCP blocks on the security booth, so there is no more hiding in the center booth from SCPs or hostiles. That is a big change that we were focusing on for this new checkpoint revamp. Okay, now we're coming in here into the new upper containment X. So the whole upper con X has been completely remade from scratch. As you can see, everything's been widened, roof is larger, got a whole brand new design. All of the SCPs and their locations are listed on these signs that are held up in almost every major point of Con X. So you just follow the areas and the arrows to get to a specific point. There really is no way for you to get lost in here. So if we go right, so this is SCP-457's containment. He's fundamentally in basically the same location, just off to the right of Con X. Everything here still works the same as it did before. Nothing has really changed inside of 457. And we could go to the left now. Let's go down the left side. Go through here. You got two main tunnels that bring you into the other middle section. So you can go left, middle, right. So the right and left will take you around the loop, which will take you into the back half of Con X. So we're gonna go right. Take another right here. This is SCP-017's containment. SCP-017's containment will be getting a full rework at some point. We just did not have time to include it in this update, but you can expect that in the future. Come around here to the right again. We're now at the back half of Con X. So SCP-939 is contained here on the right side in the very back of Con X. Nothing in the chamber has really changed. We take a left. Nuke room is still at the middle back portion of Con X. So we've redone the whole nuke room. As you can see, the turret that we were controlling from before is here. Brand new console, bigger, a lot cooler. Every warhead now has been individualized into their own specialized warhead. So we have Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta warhead. So as the warheads are used, as we come into one of the silos here, these warheads will physically disappear as they are launched and used. So you have a visual indicator of how many nukes you have left in your server before your server will auto shut down from nuclear launches. So when you are on your last warhead, which will be the Delta warhead, will be the last one to go through, you can come in here and you'll be able to see every warhead that's been launched. So assuming 2 warheads have already been launched in a server, if you came into the nuke room, the Alpha warhead and the Beta warhead would both be missing from their respective silos. So we figured we'd do that for everybody. And we also got the hatch here. Same as before, you can use this to go to the nuke shelter after putting in your keys. You can also come here from the control room as well. Some minor changes have been made to the path of the maintenance tunnels to adjust for the new site layout, but they're relatively minor. The design and aesthetic of the maintenance tunnels is still the same as it was before. So we'll come out here out of their new nuke room. Now let's go to the left side of Con X. Go around here, take the loop around. You got a little rest area here. So you can chill, grab a soda, grab a water, chill here with your friends, etc. Then we got a leftmost portion of Con X here. So this is where SCP-049 is held. So SCP-049's chamber has gotten a full revamp as well. We'll go up here to the viewing deck first. So you just take these stairs up, through. Here you are, up at the viewing deck. So this is where people will come to spectate the test. As you can see, 049's chamber has received a major revamp. much larger. We went with a much greener aesthetic, as you can tell. Makes 049 feel like he's more at home, because he is a sentient being at the end of the day. So this is 049's containment. It's a little simulated indoor forest. He's got his own house, some grass, some trees. He is allowed to wander everywhere he wants in his containment, but his pathfinding will normally constrict him to the inside of his house and to the general center area of his containment. This is a little operating pad for decoration we gave him, so he would do all of his medical experiments down here. He's just chilling here right now. And he's got his house. The house is where he spawns by default. So this is his little house. We repurposed the house from the exterior update, as some of you might be able to tell. We've got cameras in the house and on the inner portion of his containment, so that there are no... The only blind spot would be as if he were to manage to get himself behind the house somehow, but the odds of that happening are extremely low. So he kind of just wanders around and does his own thing in here. Oh, here he is, right here. So he just kind of wanders around the entirety of his containment. And you just leave the same way you came back in. And then on the right here, SCP-2006 is stored. A couple small changes to SCP-2006. We added these crystals up in these rocks instead of the skylight up here. But other than that, everything is functionally and aesthetically still the same inside of SCP-2006's chamber. Alright, now we are going to move over to the new Connex lift, which is in the center portion of Connex. So there are 3 ways to access the new Connex lift. You can access it from the middle here. So this is the middle door. You come in, this takes you directly onto the lift. There's also the left and rightmost entrances. So there's no more camping now. You got multiple entrances and exits. So you can see. And if we skip over the lift real quick and we come into the back half, you have these 2 walkways which let you walk over the side. You can see down into the lift. We come into the very back half of the Connex lift area and you enter the reality core area. So this is part of the grand lore of our site. This is the main reality core / reality anchor of the site. It is the object that stabilizes all of reality around the site, which prevents you from collapsing into fine mist when you touch SCP that exists outside the site. As of right now, it is currently just decoration. We have no time to turn it into any sort of grand event, but there is the potential for some sort of expansion to the function of the reality core at a certain point. Nothing has been fully decided on yet, but it has been something we have been thinking about. So this whole area is mainly just decoration, but it's pretty cool. We did a bunch of custom particle effects for it. So we come back out of the reality core area. Let's go to the lift. There are now 2 staircases for the Connex lift. It's kind of up to you which one you want to take, right and left. So you kind of have some options now. Instead of being forced to go down just 1 staircase, you have 2 options. Let's go onto the lift itself and take the lift down. So if you want to activate the lift, you just come over to the lever, interact with it. The lift will start up, engage its animation sequence, and it'll start moving. The lift system uses the same system the tram uses for movement, so now you can move around on the tram. Sorry, not the tram, the lift as much as you want. Oh yeah, and that big door opens as well. So that big door that's normally closed will open when the tram is coming, and then it will close back when the tram has stopped. So now you can move around as much as you want on the lift. You can have gun battles up here. You're not just locked into place anymore like before. And if for any reason you were to fall off the tram, you fall off at the bottom here, you just get teleported to the bottom half. And if you fall near the top, you get teleported to the top half. So you don't have to worry about if you accidentally fall off for any reason, it'll just, it'll teleport you. You will break your legs though. I'll tell you that right now. That didn't happen because that system is currently not functioning as intended. But as a balance, so that people don't just throw themselves off the lift to teleport, your legs will be shattered and you will be unable to move until a medical department member comes and heals you. So I highly recommend not jumping off the lift unless you absolutely have to. And then lower Con X is the same. Nothing here has changed. Let's take the lift back up. Yep, now we're docked, we're back up. So that's all of our new Con X stuff. We are very proud of what we have done here. I hope you all like this new design that we've come up with. It looks a lot more intimidating than it actually is. It is a little bigger as far as like walk times are concerned, but it's not a very big difference. There's like maybe an extra 10-15 seconds it takes to get to the back half of Con X compared to the old Con X. So fundamentally, it's still the same relative size. There's just more area to walk around in, if that makes any sense for you guys. SCP-1162 has undergone a full rework as well. So the SCP works a little closer to how it did in lore now. You can insert your hand animation. Items will be randomly replaced in your inventory with random items from the hole. As you can see, that item there got replaced with a food item. Another item got replaced. Oh, there we go. So every time you stick your hand in the wall, there adds a 5% chance that on your next insertion of your hand, the hole will grab you and swallow you up. So the more times you use the hole, it adds 5%. So use it twice. That is a 10% chance on your next hand insert for it to kill you. And then you do it 3 times, 15%, 4 times, 20%, etc., etc. Until eventually, if by some miracle you were to make it to 100% chance, even though statistically the odds of that happening are almost non-existent, if you were to make it, you can eventually get to 100% and you can guarantee to get sucked in. Alright, here we are, we're back again. The SCP is very straightforward. It works fundamentally to the way it does in lore. You guys can experiment with it. There might be a couple secrets for you guys to figure out too, who knows? Wink wink. Now let's move over to one of the newer SCPs we've added. The only new SCP we've added this update. This is SCP-034. This is the brand new SCP we've added in the game. It takes the spot of 1162's old containment chamber. So this is the Obsidian Dagger, who Pesu is going to come in and demonstrate for us. Alright, so there you go. He has the knife in his hand. Now he's going to demonstrate what happens when he shanks me. So this is what SCP-034 does, is it scrambles your username, copy the appearance, and team information of the person you stabbed. Here we go, we're back. He's gonna stab Cramball here. There we go, now he has taken on some of the characteristics of him. So he's copied his uniform, got a gargly username, random haircut as you can see. So this is a way for CI and Class D, they can grab the knife, they can stab a Foundation member. It lets them go a little bit under the radar. So he is still considered a Class D, even though it says he's on Scientific Department. So you're gonna have to keep your eye open for potential disguised, quotation marks, members of the site. The main way to tell is that disguised users will always have an odd looking kind of gargled username. So as you see here, it says he's Banley COD GV. So this is basically kind of what you got to look out for. Now that is the only new SCP we've added in the game, but we know people love their SCPs, so we have reworked a couple of the existing SCPs on site to be more entertaining and more functional. One of the SCPs that has received some changes is SCP-409. So we're going to move over to SCP-409's containment. We've changed the cell around, we've expanded it, we've a raised viewing platform so that SCP-409 instances cannot just touch the glass anymore and get you infected through the glass. Got a biohazard room here. So the SCP works pretty similarly to the way it did before, but we have reskinned it and added new functions to it. So as you can see, Upesu has touched the crystal. He is now transformed into an SCP-409 instance. So SCP-409s have a main attack animation. You have, instead of the way it worked before, when you can see I'm going to touch him, nothing happens, but he's going to whack me. There we go. When you strike a final blow, you will begin the rest of your transformation into a crystal entity. So now I am also an SCP-409 instance. Brought another test subject. Cramball here is going to kill us. So I am dead now, but instead of fully dying and just kind of flopping to the ground like old 409s did, I have left behind a humanoid instance of a crystallized SCP. So these SCP-409 instances continue to exist even after death. They can be shot and destroyed. They will explode into a gigantic crystal mass. So that's how you remove them. But if, for say, example, someone was unfortunate enough to get close to one, it will explode and then you will get infected. So this allows the crystal infection to keep spreading even after all of the crystals have died. Guys, it takes about 10 minutes for these things to despawn, and obviously I'm not going to be waiting here for 10 minutes to show you guys that it happens. Assuming that it were to despawn, it will blow up the same way that happens when you get close to it. Alright guys, here we are at the other reworked SCP. So, the Cola SCP has also undergone a full rework. I'm back now. I'm a Class D now. I have obtained a soda. You can also put the soda back if you want to get rid of it as well. We're going to pick it up. So here's the soda. There is the interactable. We got a couple treadmills here. So I am going to drink the soda. Animation where you pop the top off, click again, and you drink. So this is the first stage of soda. You gain enhanced speed, small health regeneration. Your body starts steaming and your character starts panting. And these treadmills can be used to determine your speed. So if we up the speed here, so you can see 18 speed, 19 speed, 20 speed. We run at exactly 20 speed when in the first state of cola. But we can keep drinking it and see what happens. So let's take another swig. We are now in second phase of cola. Our health regeneration has gone up massively. You cannot survive for long in this state. We are much faster. Our character is breathing much more rapidly. We got more steam. We hop on the treadmill. As you can see, we're faster than we were before. We now run at 23 walk speed instead of 20, so you get a 3-point increase to your walk speed. Let's take another swig. There you go. We are now in the third and final stage. Our panting has gone away. We are still visibly steaming. We have now fully transformed into an SCP instance. We have gained even more speed than we had before. We now run at 26 walk speed. Very fast. Your health stops degenerating in this stage. The trade-off is that since you're now an SCP, obviously, you can't equip any of your weapons. But you can still keep drinking cola for more effects. But you'll see there's a trade-off. So let's pop open a new bottle. Let's drink again. So we've drank more. We have just gained an extra point of speed. You can see we now run at 27 walk speed, but our max HP has been cut. So I was at 150 HP before, I am now at 100 HP. We can keep doing this until we get down to 1 HP. So we can drink it again. We're now at 50 max HP. We've gained another point of speed. We're now running at 28 walk speed. Take another swig. We are now running at 29 walk speed, but now we only have 1 max HP. So literally anything in the game that does damage will instantly kill you. As a trade-off, now you are the fastest humanoid entity in the game. You're even faster than SCP-076. The only thing in the game that is faster than this is SCP-096 when he is enraged. Look at that. We're right over to the other SCP that has received revamps. So this is the Book of Common Diseases. SCP already exists in game, but we have massively increased the amount of ailments that the book gives you. So we're gonna flip through the book. Let's see. Persistent Singultus. So this is chronic hiccups. As you can tell, our character is hiccuping and jumping. Keep reading it. No hepatitis. This one is already in the game. Changes your skin color because your liver isn't functioning properly. Glaucoma, also in the base game. Makes your vision blurry. We go paranoia. I am not going to explain the effects of paranoia. You guys are going to have to figure that out for yourself. Oh, we've popped severe hemorrhage very quickly in the book, so we're just going to start bleeding out rapidly. Yeah, hydrophobia. So that is the fear of water. I drink it. As you can see, I start coughing. My character takes damage when I drink water. Open it again. Yeah, we got a normal hemorrhage now. So this is the same as severe hemorrhage, you just bleed out a lot slower. Common cold, also in the base game, makes you cough. It's flatulism. So this is chronic farting. And there's a lot more in the book, but I don't want to show everything off. I want you guys to also be able to experience the stuff that's in the book. But as far as the diseases I just showed off, there's probably about twice as many as what I just shown. There's quite a few new ones. All the old ones are still persistent. There's a couple fun ones in there like schizophrenia, and you guys are going to be able to figure out what that does when the update comes out. So those are all the SCP changes. So SCP-1192, SCP-207, SCP-409, and then SCP-034 is a new. And as a side note, there is a new badge in the game. Participating in an SCP-610 event will grant you a new badge. Not a big deal, but it's there. We also have a bunch of new Class D outfits. So we've added in some new shirts into the game. So there is the inmate shirt and the prisoner shirt, which are part of the base game. But we've also added in a janitor outfit. So if you want to roleplay as a cleaner, here you are. This is for you. And then we've got a couple of the tank top outfits with tattoos as well. So you got a full sleeve arm tattoo here. Double full sleeve arm tattoo. And there you go. So we're slowly, every update that we do, there's going to be a little bit more variety for customization. We're trying to add as much as we can, as fast as we can, but it's a lot of work to make this stuff, obviously. So, alright guys, here we are, we're back. This is the new Chaos base. So this is the spawn for Chaos right here in this corner. Here's your new vent map as well. So it's separated into sections now. You have your main vent section, and then you also have the side sections as well. So this is going to tell you everything because we've expanded the vent and sewer system, which you guys will see shortly. So I'm going to do a quick tour around the base. So this, as far as lore goes, this is an abandoned logistics hub depot that Chaos have taken over for their own usage. Come over here to the left. We got Visk here, he's chilling, reading his map. This is the armory. Same as before. Nothing here has changed, you just changed the location. Oh, and Blowtorch has also been remodeled. Here's the new Blowtorch. We have completely redone the model and the animation. There's no sound to it right now, but we're going to add that. On, off, off, on, off. Blowtorch actually also does damage now. Not a lot of damage, but if you were to walk up to Foundation personnel, you can now do damage. You can see. Not really viable as a weapon, but we figured we'd add it as a fun little side thing. Right, now let's just keep going around the chaos base so I can show stuff off. This is just a little lower area. Down here is nothing really special down here. And you've got, this is how you get up and down. If we were to fall down here, you just come up to the ladder and then you get up to here. So this is a little door here hidden inside of the eggs in this shipping crate. Takes you into the old, really old chaos like meeting area. We figured we'd keep this just as a little bit of nostalgia. And if you come again over here to the right, this is how you exit into the facility. There you go. You got a vending machine and coffee here. So we have fully redone and revamped the layout of the ventilation. So the vents have been expanded in size. If I had to guess right off the top of my head about percentages, I'd say the vents are roughly about 25 to 30% bigger than the old vents as far as capacity goes. So now when you're in the vents, you can see your full name tag and you're also able to see the chat as well. So if you need to talk to your fellow Chaos combatants in the vents, then you can now do that. Upon popular request, Night Vision has also received another increase to the brightness. So we come out here, this is kind of the little hub area when you come out of the vents. But you have two paths you can take to get out of here. You got this path, which as you can see, this takes you down to the logistics office. And this path takes you down to all the other areas of the site. There we go. We got a new model for breaking through the vents as well, as you can see. You can go back up. There you go. This is one of the entrances into the new sewer system that we've done. So sewers have been fully remade. Old sewers have been completely removed from the game. Sewers are now under the site itself and are used for navigating. So the sewers are going to be how you get into Con 2. All right, so here we are. We're at ventilation shaft number 7. We can come over here. We can go down this ladder here. Another ladder right here. And another ladder right here. And so this is going to be your main way of, this is the main part section of the sewer right here. So if we were to go this direction, this is one of the other entrance, this is a manhole entrance here. So the only way to open these manhole covers is with a crowbar. You need to go up the ladder and then just press E while holding the crowbar. And that lets you slide open the manholes. Then you can close them when you come up. You can reopen them. You can go back down. So this is the Con 2 access point for the sewers here. All right, so here we are at the grate. We are going to use our C4. So you just hold E. Okay, so the C4 has blown open the grate. As you can see, we can now, for a limited period, this will stay destroyed, and now we can move through here. You've got two different entrances you can take. So there's one here. This is a direct manhole entrance into Con 2. So this just pops right up into Con 2 like this, as you can see. There's a turret over there, so when you pop out of here, you have to be careful or that turret is going to shoot you. Back into the sewers. Now let's go into the Con 2 vent system. So the trade-off for the much longer travel time to get here, and for the, you have to use a C4 to get to this part of the vent system. It allows you to drop directly into Con 2, bypassing any potential campers that are sitting in Con 1. So it's really up to you. You can either save time, not have to use a C4 and go in the old way, like you used to by dropping in front of Con 1 door, or you can use a C4, blast through it with your friends, and you can all pop out here through Con 2 if you want. 035 has a couple new light mechanics. For example, there's a new effect when you're standing near the 035 mask when it's dropped on the ground. And also, one major thing that we've changed is that 035 that has been infected with 008 can no longer infect people by touching them and turning them into 008. Because we realized that was a bit of a balance issue. With 035's gigantic health pool and his speed, it just made him a little too dangerous as a 008 instance. So we just removed that entirely. 049 has also received a couple new changes as well to his pathfinding. He will operate and transform 049 zombies faster than he did previously. And 049 will now wander to the closest available zombie if he is not actively pursuing somebody. So instead of kind of being trapped as an 049 zombie and just kind of at the mercy of 049's pathfinding, 049 will actively follow his zombies around the site. So that is how you can lead 049 around in an enraged state. All right, guys, here we are. We have switched over to Class D. I'm going to take you over to the last build revamp to show off. So if we come over here, we now, instead of the mine, we now have laundry and logistics sorting. So as a Class D, when you come over here, there will be tasks for you here on this board, basically like quests, and you have to do what it says, and then you get rewarded with money. Here we go. Wash facility 0 to 1, collect 1 clean laundry. So to do laundry, we're just gonna pick up a dirty laundry from the bin, open the door, we come over here, we just press E, we engage the wash cycle, done, and then we dry. There you go, and we click clean laundry, and as you can see, we have been rewarded money and a little bit of XP for finishing the task. So you can see it stops, there's a cooldown until the next task, and then it resets. So obviously, you can't spam it. We don't want people just sitting in here doing work all the time, but it's a little extra way for Class D to come over here and roleplay a bit, get a little extra money and a little extra XP going in. There's also a couple more tasks. They will be listed here. So mopping is one task that is in as well, but it's not currently listed on the board, but that will be there. And then in the future, there's always room for more tasks. There's also mail sorting as well, which is the third task that we have available right now. So these packages are gonna come rolling out on these conveyor belts. And basically what you do is you just stack packages in these boxes. So whenever the task says, it might say like sort 8 boxes, like sort 8 mailboxes. And another box is going to come rolling out eventually, just like that, and you put it in the box. Very easy, very straightforward. You got 2 on each side, just like that, and they stack themselves up in there nicely. Once the box is full, it will reset, and then it'll go back to being an empty box. And Fight Ring has received a couple aesthetic improvements. It still works the same way it did before. You can punch and attack and fight in here. All right, guys, so that concludes this dev vlog. I will give thanks to Visceral and Nupesu for assisting me through this blog. This was an extra long one. I had a lot of material to cover, so sorry for anybody who sat through this entire thing and watched it all the way through. But I hope you guys enjoy this new content. Really excited for the performance improvements that we're adding. We love the new build changes, and we hope you guys do too. This is Melstead from Site Roleplay, signing off.